Today we're going to be looking at multiplying integers. So we're going to talk about, is the product of two integers positive, negative, or 0, and how do you know? So we're going to remind ourselves that 3 times 2, that when we do multiplication we can do repeated addition to help us. So 3 times 2 is like 3 groups of 2 that we can add. And so 3 groups of 2 means 2 plus 2 plus 2, which we know is 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. Now, when we use repeated addition for negative numbers, 3 times negative 2, we're thinking about, okay, well, that's negative 2. 3 groups of negative 2 gives me signs of the same, so I add and keep the sign, which is negative. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So what we're going to do next is describe the pattern in the table, use the pattern to complete the table. So 2 times 2 we know is 4. 1 times 2 we know is 2. 0 times 2 is 2, or 0. Negative 1 times 2 is negative, or 2 groups of negative 1. So we could think of it as negative 1 plus negative 1. Or we could see the pattern here as subtracting 2 each time. And we know that 0 minus 2, copy, change, change, is 0 plus negative 2, which is just negative 2. If we do negative 2 minus 2, we copy, change, change. A negative plus a negative gives me another negative. I add and keep the sign. And so I get negative 4. And negative 3 times 2, we talked about negative 4 minus 2. If we copy, change, change, we use that subtraction rule that we know. We get negative 6. And so negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And so that's kind of the discovery part that I want you to look at. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Now we're going to go to the next page. And we're going to do another table. And at this point, I would challenge you to try this table on your own. And then come back and watch the next video to see if you got the answer correct or not.